Hi Taurus, and welcome to your monthly love predictions reading. We are going to be doing a love predictions reading from mid-July until mid-August. It is love specifically, so if you're looking for a more general prediction for July, I do have it up for your sign on my channel. I'll have it linked at the end as well. So let's get into it, Taurus. We're going to get cards from this oracle deck. If you're new here, I like to pull 3 cards to help your sign understand the main 3 themes that you're going to be experiencing in love. And then I clarify with tarot and we get advice as well. If a person pops up, we will be clarifying their energy towards you in the month ahead, how they'll be feeling, etc. And we'll get advice where necessary. So let's get into it, Taurus. Without further ado, Spirit, what are Taurus's main themes in love for the month ahead? What are Taurus's main themes in love for the month ahead? What are Taurus's main themes in love for the month ahead? Okay, we're going to take those 2 cards, but we also have emotions are running high, super moon. So Taurus, this for me feels like there is going to be a climatic event this month for you. I'm going to put your cards there, but we're going to talk about the themes one at a time just to kind of get the messages out without it getting too confusing. So let's talk about this first theme. We have full moon in Capricorn, a tough cycle. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So Capricorn could be significant in the month ahead, but this card is just saying that something is coming to a full circle moment, a closure, a feeling of like it's all ending. And I feel like this is something that you've been working hard for, or this could be something with full moon in Capricorn that has been a long time coming. You know, it could be something, sorry, I have lip gloss on my lips and it's impacting the way that I'm speaking there. That's better. It just feels like it's taken a long time to get to this point, and you could have been working on this, but it also just feels like this was a situation that was kind of out of your hands as well. Like you just had to be patient with it for Capricorn to be here. It's giving me very Saturn energy, like this had its ups and downs and you just had to stay committed to the overall vision. So let's get some tarot out to better understand this theme. What is happening for Taurus here with this full moon in Capricorn theme, Spirit? What is happening for Taurus in the month ahead when it comes to love with this full moon in Capricorn theme? We have the Ace of Swords and the 6 of Wands. Oh gosh, this deck. My hands are a little bit cold, but I wasn't expecting the cards to fall out like that. It's not like they're numb. Okay. Is there anything missing? No. Clarify the Ace of Swords, please, Spirit. My Lord. Clarify the 6 of Wands reversed. And clarify that 10 of Cups. The back of the deck, we have you, the Empress. So we've got a lot of 10s. And we've got a succession of numbers. Spirit is saying it's very important in the month ahead that you do not give up. Do not give up. There will be setbacks. You will experience things that you need to be flexible on. But as long as you stay committed to what you want and to working towards the overall goal that you've set for yourself in love, move with those setbacks to ensure that you haven't given up. I'm getting a strong feeling here of something not going the way that you had wanted it to, but it was from a place of ego that you wanted this to happen. So it's not going to work out like that, but you're still going to be very happy with the end result. There is a feeling here of you being very stubborn, but you've got to shift what it is that is important to you in this equation, because you want it to look a certain way, and Spirit's like, it's not going to look like that, but it is still going to make you feel very happy at the end. So I feel like you have some sort of vision in love here, and there is this feeling of you being open to seeing that vision adapt with who you are now. It feels like some of you guys are going to receive a new idea or communication about your love life that could really get you out of a rut. And it puts you into this different energy of, okay, now I know, like, now I've got to build towards this. There's a strong feeling of like, now I know. So it kind of feels like this theme is helping you get away from what hasn't been working to ultimately lead you towards a better suited outcome. But I feel that for some of you, you're very attached to seeing it a certain way or having it a certain way, that it may take you a long time to cut your losses and work towards this better outcome. I feel like some of you are more focused on your material aspect of this, whether that's, you know, marriage more than the relationship, or your career instead of your love life. Like, it's not necessarily your career though. It gives me the vibe of, I just want my wedding to have 20 white turtle doves. Is that so hard to ask? And Spirit's like, but we can get everything else for you. Like, you could have everyone else, everything that matters there. You could have this, you could have that. But for some reason, you're so hung up on the turtle doves, like the material aspect. So it's very bizarre. And Spirit's like, your ego wants something that your soul doesn't need. So the end of a tough cycle is you kind of letting go of something materially, an expectation or some sort of measurement of in your love life that you feel you needed. And actually, it's like you have to let go of that in order to get what you actually deserve, what you actually need. Especially with the Ten of Cups being here, like ultimately you're getting your happy ending per se, your emotional well-being will be fulfilled, but it's like you have to compromise your material needs here and what you believe you need. It's a very interesting theme. So let's get some advice. What is the advice here for Taurus? I'm getting so confused because I'm seeing Capricorn. I'm like, no, this is Taurus. Key signs so far are Taurus, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Key themes so far are the end of a tough cycle, hard work, adjustments, new ideas, transformation, a bit of an ego death, wishes fulfilled as in emotional fulfillment, but changed material expectations. That is a summary of this main theme. So what is the advice for Taurus in this theme? We have lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is associated with the number 28. We also have Mercury, the throat chakra, and the water element. So as advice, lapis lazuli is asking for you to think very clearly about what matters most, to really think about how these things make you feel, and to think about what your feelings are trying to tell you. Some of you guys have gotten very attached to this, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I am saying that it's holding you back and it is causing delays. I do see you working through this once you give yourself time to process your feelings, and it's very important with lapis lazuli that you communicate your feelings, because it's not a case of you being wrong. It's more a case of like, I just needed more time to know what I want. And that's what I feel is happening here, especially if this has to do with a relationship that is already in your life. If you're single, it actually looks like you're getting a fresh idea about how to approach your love life in terms of cutting your losses and transforming the situation to ensure that you're getting emotional fulfillment by not focusing on people who are only interested in physical validation. So I really think lapis lazuli is like, first of all, spend time understanding how you feel in this situation, and then communicate your feelings and express those feelings to ensure movement in your love life. So that's what I'm seeing with Capricorn, the first theme. Let's move to your second theme now. We got to reveal it first, I suppose. We have your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Now, as a theme, this is really telling me that your sign is going to have to really, similar to this, stay true to what it is that you want and kind of see something through in the month ahead when it comes to your love life. It feels like you are definitely being tested. I want to get tarot out because I'm like, what are you doing, Spirit? What are you testing my Taurus babies on? Why are they being tested? Let's shuffle the deck and get some more messages. For Taurus, please, Spirit. How is Taurus being tested in the month ahead? What is the second theme about? First quarter moon too. It's like you're starting to, we got the sun, see some things that you weren't either expecting to see, or something is trying to kind of test you in the early stages of a new cycle. Can I please clarify that Sun card reversed? The Three of Wands reversed. What about the World card reversed? Justice. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups too, please? The Eight of Swords. In the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So if you have fire placements, this is mostly going to be a message for you. It doesn't necessarily need to have fire placements, but I just feel like your love life is about leveling things up in the month ahead. And with the King of Wands here reversed, again, expectations are shifting. Things aren't going the way that you expected them to. Things aren't going according to plan. And with the King of Wands being reversed, Taurus, I would even go so far as to say that there's frustration and bitterness about how these things haven't worked out, whether it's gone wrong because of somebody and you want to blame them, or whether it's gone wrong because of something that you've done and you feel the need to kind of project that anger onto those around you. I am seeing frustration because something isn't working out as we planned it to, and it's making you lose hope in this situation. I do see an overall very pessimistic viewpoint here with the Sun reversed and the Three of Wands reversed, just feeling very pessimistic about a situation, almost like a why do I even try, and just kind of getting down about it. But with the Three of Wands reversed, I also see this being impacted because you're not looking in the right direction. You've invested energy into something and you feel like you've either failed in the investment or you feel like you wasted your time. That's what it feels like. And with that Sun card reversed, it is impacting your mood, but it's also impacting how you see your other opportunities in life. This area of your life is creating a stain on your overall perspective. With the World card reversed and Justice upright, I do feel like the irony of this situation is that it seems to be working out for other people. Like your misfortune or your setbacks seem to be helping other people. Your delays seem to be directly impacting somebody else's wins. And that's what I think is so frustrating about this. Like if you're not finding love, I feel like those around you are really kind of stepping things up. It gives me that similarity of, well, that analogy of when they have those posts on Instagram of like, all my friends are getting married and having babies and here I am getting drunk on a Friday night, you know, like that kind of vibe. Except it also feels like where you may not have been successful, somebody else may have come in and scooped up your loss and turned it into a win. Or so it feels like somebody may even be feeding off your setbacks, saying like, oh, well, it's good that you're single, or it's good that you didn't get married because now you can just stay here with me and help me. And it's kind of like okay, but this is how your commitment is being tested, because with the World card reversed, you're not actually ready yet to take things to the next level. There are other things in your life that need to be addressed first. There are other commitments that need to be had first. There are other obligations that you need to address first. There are other relationships in your life that need your attention right now. It just feels like whatever big outcome you're wanting in love, whatever new cycle you're hoping to start in love, it can't happen yet in the month ahead because there are other things, that other loose ends, so to speak, that need to be tied up. And that's kind of what the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords is also suggesting. However, this is saying that technically speaking, if you want more opportunities for romance, whether you're single or in a relationship, you can have them in the month ahead. It's just about shifting your perspective, because when something happens at the beginning of the month, or when something significant happens in the month ahead, it impacts your whole perspective and your whole mood becomes jaded and pessimistic. So once you can get out of that perspective, that mindset, then you will be able to create more opportunities for romance. It almost feels like for some of you, you have to take the little moments and just turn them into opportunities, which is frustrating because you're looking for something big, but right now you've just got to take the little moments. So let's get some advice for this theme. What is the overall advice for Taurus with this theme? What is the overall advice for Taurus with this theme? We have light amethyst. So I'm just picking the card up off the ground as well. Light amethyst in this deck is influenced by the number 7. We also have Uranus, the third eye chakra, which is your 6th chakra, and the air element as well. This camera has been annoying me lately. It hasn't really been focusing well, but I'm sure it's something that I've done. So as advice, Taurus, this theme is encouraging you to kind of think outside the box a little bit, to pay attention to divine intervention, and to understand that some of these things are happening for a reason. And while that isn't helpful when you're frustrated and you just want to blame someone, it can also be liberating because these setbacks are out of your control. These setbacks are bigger than you. It's nothing that you've done. Therefore, you do not need to take blame, responsibility, or guilt. It just feels like this third eye is about reminding yourself that you're a part of a bigger plan, that you are one cog in a machine of collective energy, and these setbacks are intentional right now. I do see Uranus encouraging you to keep an open mind and to be free thinking and to not remain chained to certain beliefs, limitations, or structures that are unhelpful to you, to seek freedom and your unique form of expression. So that's what I'm seeing for that theme. Let us move those cards over and we'll open up your last theme, reveal your last theme, should I say. So your last theme is disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. As a theme, this is talking about more rest, more recuperation, more meaningful, mindful moments. And in general in love, it's talking about no rushing. Just take it slow, one step at a time, and give yourself enough time for yourself. So this theme is feeling like it's more about self-care, self-love. But it could be that in your personal relationships and your loving relationships, you do need to prioritize more time for your own needs, whether that's voicing what it is that you need in the relationship at that time, or whether that's just saying like, hey, how about we do this because I don't have a lot of energy to do that today. So Spirit, what is going on for Taurus with this disseminating moon theme in the month ahead? Okay, that's interesting. We have the Hermit reversed. What is going on for Taurus with this disseminating moon theme? We also have the Five of Cups reversed. What is going on for Taurus with this disseminating moon? We have the Four of Swords reversed. Can I clarify the Hermit? The Seven of Wands. What about the Five of Cups? The Four of Cups. Okay, what about the Four of Swords? I'm hearing you have to walk before you run. Some of you guys are not ready to move forward right now. You've still got more work to do on yourself and in this chapter of your journey. There is still a tough cycle that needs to end. There is a feeling of sabotaging here, whether you're being sabotaged by somebody else or whether this situation is someone else is sabotaging you. I feel like we have to end a tough cycle that has been impacting our ability to move forward successfully in love. And I feel like Spirit is saying there are so many other things that you need to do before you get to the next step. With the Hermit card reversed, you guys have been neglecting your gut instinct on something. You have not been honoring that niggling feeling and what wisdom is telling you you need to do in this situation. It feels like there's an area of your life here that has you feeling like an underdog, like you don't know enough, you can't do anything here, when actually you can. It is a matter of feeling empowered and also feeling heard. It almost feels like someone has you under their thumb here, or a situation has you feeling like you could never be successful in it, so don't even try. I do think that this is about raising your expectations for some of you, but for all of you, it's just about going with what you know is right and going with what your gut instinct is telling you to do in this situation, rising up to the occasion, proving that this is something that you can be successful in. It's interesting though, because with the Seven of Wands reverse, it's like you don't even want to invest energy, even if you could, you know, like it's not even worth my time. Like I don't even want to try, or I'm sick of trying. I'm sick of being the underdog. With the Five of Cups reversed and the Four of Cups upright, this is where you need to walk before you run. There is a major issue here that is impacting your emotional well-being. And it could be that a relationship dynamic has recently changed, or somebody else's relationship is impacting your love life, but something has shifted in your emotional life recently, and it is impacting your ability to see a way forward for yourself right now. Because I feel like with this Four of Cups here, there is a strong feeling of your group, your Taurus group, missing out on something in the present and needing to kind of prioritize other things, or just having to cope with the changes that have been handed to you. It's like, I didn't ask for this, but now I have to deal with it. Now I have to heal it, even though it's not my problem. That's what it feels like. And so therefore you don't have the emotional capacity to take on anything new right now. With the Four of Swords reversed and the Wheel of Fortune upright, I do see this shifting for you. In fact, I think that the more you prioritize rest, rejuvenation, meditation, reflection, and just mindful moments where you're not forcing yourself to do anything, you're not out here trying to push yourself to do anything, and you're not forcing the universe to do anything, then the quicker you will be able to move into more fortunate times. This healing process right now is essential, whether this is a change that you've given to yourself, or whether it's literally things that have just happened to you. You need to process them. You need to go through the motions and let this cycle end before it sabotages your next cycle. So what is the advice over here for Taurus? What is the advice over here for Taurus? We have Aquamarine. So this card is influenced by the number 4, the moon, water element, and the crown chakra. So as an advice card, this card is asking for you to ground yourself. It's a card of emotional stability and emotional reflection. You don't have to go super deep on this, sweets. We do have a full moon coming up. I would suggest strongly that you use that full moon energy to get the reflection that you need. I believe, I'm looking at my calendar across the other side of the room, but from the looks of it, this full moon will be on the 17th or 18th. So this weekend / early next week. And I think that that would be a very powerful time for you to just create some space where you can just feel and think for a minute clearly, without feeling like somebody's going to disrupt you, or without feeling like you need to explain yourself because there are other people in the house. Like, just put yourself in lockdown and give yourself the space to just think and breathe and feel. Because your advice here is that once you're stable and once you let some of those primary feelings out, whether that's sadness, grief, anger, frustration, the deeper feeling is actually more stable and it's easier to work with, even if it's still a lingering sadness, or even if it's bittersweet, or it's telling you like, I'm tired. It's still going to be easier to work with than that primary emotion, which is so strong. And I feel with aquamarine here, there is just a strong feeling of you doing some deep, like almost shadow work, where you're getting very reflective and you're exploring your subconscious themes and the deep underlying feelings, because this is going to help get you connected again to those niggling feelings, those gut instincts, and that wisdom that you're having to negate from, even though you do know better. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Taurus, when it comes to your love life in the month ahead. I hope this was a helpful reading for you. If it did not resonate 100%, you could have messages in your moon or Venus sign, because this is a love reading. Otherwise, do be sure to check out your July predictions reading as well, which will be up on the screen now, hopefully, if I remembered. Look after your beautiful self, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a prosperous, abundant month ahead, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye.